Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is the next day of what I was doing, more like a continuation what I got going yesterday, and it was kind of dark, so I just kind of put a stop on it right away. But just to recap, well, you're gonna see it on later on the video what I did, and this is what I did on my rear T bracket. Like I have said that I was gonna elongate this hole, and that's what I did. Let me see. Yeah, right there. And see the back. What I did is I cut off a piece of copper and I clamped it on here, and I went to downtown and welded that area and then just kind of grounded it. And this one I knocked this off with a rubber mallet, just going back and forth, and it came off. It's just a spot weld, so everything is nice and dandy. It goes in though like that. So pretty much like the hole, this hole I made is almost the same size as this, and I haven't tried it on yet. This is just 1/4 or half of a bottle that I was having some issue on my engine mounts. An issue with my engine mounts because I kept thinking about it. I think that explained why I never bolt on my intake manifold. It was about the fuel system and also my engine mounts. Does that look normal to you? Being this in an angle like this, and the bolt, it's in an angle. So after I fix that one, so that'll be one, and I have two other that I need to work on. But I'm gonna start at the back because of my axle. And it made a difference. It moved in about 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch. And by doing that, now it made me a little less clearance for my IACV here. But that's no biggie. I can always bend it back just a little. And the front mounts, see that? It kind of leaned to this way, to the left, and same thing here. And let me tell you something about my engine mounts. This is an F23 block. I'm using the F23 engine bracket that I have modified. I don't question my engine bracket when I modified it to fit the H22 mount. It's because of the way the engine sits. It's perfect. It's level. If you check underneath, it's just perfect. Plus, I couldn't go any further in. It's because of my intake manifold. There's no place, there's no room for it. So I think as far as like the angle of this axle, I'm okay with that. Like I said, my Accord is the same thing on the transmission side. It's basically the same thing. And the rest, I'll find out once it's rolling. So I just thought I want to share it to you. This is the nitty-gritty, the backyard. I mean, the dirtiest of it all, that you don't see it on YouTube. They don't tell you the problem that they ran into. For those guys that I watch installing a H22, yeah, they said that it's always it's a B to put on the mounts and everything. But for me, it went in easy. I have no problem with it, but it's the aftermath that I'm seeing. It's like this. So I knew it right away that there's a stress on the motor. So that's why yesterday, I went ahead and all I did is, I said to myself, what if I just remove one bolt, this one right here, and see what happened? And then I did remove it. Guess what? This motor shifted back. So now I couldn't able to put the bolt. So that's what happened here. So I ended up elongated it. So I'm about to put that on now, and then I'm gonna work on the tranny or the driver's side. Yeah, for me it's not right. That bolt is like in an angle, and you see the bracket, it just bugged me so much. It sure mounts like that. I know I have said it before as far as like the angle of my CV axle. I want to do something to correct it. Is I remove the bolt at the back. I just want to see how much tension I'm really putting on this motor or onto the mount itself. But can you guys see the it's off, right? Really off. Really off. Look at that. Yeah, before I removed the bolt, I measured the distance from here to here, and I was getting 2 inches and a quarter, something like that. But let me see if I can show it to you. See, now it's on to a little more over than 2 inches right now, right here. But before I was getting like 2 1/4, so it did move. So that's the one that I needed to get that axle correctly, just a little bit. Plus, I think right now the motor is relaxed. I put the jacks on there just so to line up the hole. So what I need to do, I think, is widen that hole and maybe make me a plate and then weld it over just to align that hole, that mount. And then over here, what I'm thinking of doing is remove the bolts, keep the jacks underneath. It's like it's normal how it sits, and then try to line up the hole, or maybe just cut this off and then re-weld it or something, or maybe weld a spacer or a shim in here. I'm not sure if this bracket takes a different kind of mount, because that's not right. I'm gonna use this thermal gasket, and that will give me a little more thickness. This thing is like a trade secret. Nobody wants to share what kind of parts do they use. I'm using an F23 block. It is different than the H22 as far as like the engine mounts. I just spend 30 minutes trying to figure out the angle. It's off, but I'm using an F23 driver side engine bracket here, and as far as like the way it sits in the chassis, it's just level. So, and the H22 engine bracket, it's off. There's only the holes that will lined up, so I don't think I want to use that. So I think what I have to do is I have to come up with my own. It's okay, it just need to be modified, I think. Okay. The only thing that I see it's hitting is my IACV. It's just the no biggie. I can always bend the these brake lines here or reroute it. See this forward mount? It shifted towards the left. It's either I need to widen the elongated the hole here just so it will sit right, but then again I think it's the holes that dictates this one here. And check out the level on the oil pan. It's just perfect. It's not like H2B where it goes up. Yeah, this is just perfect. Just that a few mounts, especially this one. This thing is all whack. It's like the bolt right here. Okay, so I think I already know what to do. The back end of that bracket, there's a nut behind it, so I'm gonna have to chop that off and shift it, widen that hole, and then weld me a plate for a new hole. See it right there? And as far as my angle on the dry shop, it has gotten better. Yeah, I can live with that. My accord is like that. It's like this. Okay, I think I need to get that situated before I go any further. But anyway, it has been a constructive day today, and there's my latch support that I made, and it holds on. I just welded another plate at the back, and I put 2 bolts right here, and I used the existing holes here that I just put a thread on there, both sides, and then that's it. And then this wiring will be zip tied right in this area, so I won't see it. Okay, see this bolt right here? It's already maxed out. The mount is already putting pressure on the bolt, and when the bracket is on, it needs to go back some more. So I already got the mount and show it to you. How am I gonna elongate it and maybe possibly put some more material to it. And this is what's behind it. This is where it more like the nut. I wonder why it has this. This is more like for absorbing the vibration or something. Why so big? I just knocked it out. I just used a rubber mallet and side to side, and it came off. But let me show you the bracket. Okay, this is what I'm dealing with right here. As you saw it earlier, so I need to elongate it right here. Take about that much material, about a quarter, maybe a quarter of an inch or something, half the size of the diameter of the mount, in order to get the bolt go through freely. And that's what I'm gonna do. And then later on, I'm gonna fill this with the material. That one, I'm gonna weld that area, and then ground it to size. So here it is. I think I ground enough material on both sides, so I'm gonna put it on. So normal way of doing this whenever you have the driver's side and the passenger side mounts connected, and if you're only working on this one, so you should be able to put the bolt to the back of the transmission right here, and line up all those holes and then work on that. I think, at least, I mean, I should not be struggling with all those bolts on there. See, now I need to jack this up like that. And right there. I should be able to at least, I think, a little more. I need to go. I think I need to just a little more, I think. Oh, now I could move the mounts now. Yeah. Yep, slide the mount. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So if I put the jack in to line it up, I should be able to get the bolts in. Should be. Right there. That's how it should be. So I'm just gonna put some weld on the back side. Actually, I'm fine the way it is. You know, I can just tighten it like that, but I think it'll be easier for me just to weld a washer on there. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Now, after I get done with that, this one here, as far as the axle, since the transmission went in towards the firewall, it kind of straightened itself a little, but maybe like 1/8 of an inch. That's enough for me, man. And then next, as soon as I get done with that, next will be this one. I'm gonna fix this. It's either I'll cut it here. I'm gonna do the same thing. After I get done with this one, then the forward side, not forward, but the driver's side needs some fine tuning too. It's no bueno. So I'm about to put that on now, and then I'm gonna work on the tranny or the driver's side. I'm gonna put all the bolts on the transmission side first, all of it. Then all it needed is just to jack up the transmission next to the K member, and then that will tilt it up. Okay. So now I can work, and I'm gonna try to align the bolt. So I need to lower it. Okay. Okay, went in. Then I'm gonna lower, well, I'm gonna tighten all of them. I'm gonna start on the transmission side, and then that'll be after. I'm gonna lower the jacks, then I'll tighten that mount. Yeah, no wonder I'm not in a hurry to to put on my intake manifold. So this is the reason why. So it's a good thing I went back and look at this one. Okay, I'm gonna lower the jack and relax. Then I'm gonna secure this one. Yeah, there really is a difference. Now it's on, it moved 1/8 of an inch. Enough to get that axle. It's like that one now, the front side. So I think I did all right. Cool. Alright. Now I want to see if I can tackle this one. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put it on the video, but maybe afterwards, after I get done with it, because it's getting too long. But the main idea is, the important things is, I have showed you that it has a problem and it need to deal with, and I dealt with it just like that one over there. So right on. Now I'm not putting any stress on the motor itself, and I'm not fighting with the bushing and everything, but this one, I'll see what this I can do on this one. Thanks for watching, guys. Just like and subscribe, leave a comment, man. Alright, bye everyone. Thank you. You can see the oil pan. See the way it sits. Just use the bar for reference, and it's pretty much like it's flat. So it looks good the way the motor sits.